Welcome to Social Work 2311, Section 005, 006, 009, and 0010. My name is LaShawn Bold, and I am an assistant professor in practice in the School of Social Work. Welcome to this course. I want to give you some information to get you started here. So this is a video about navigating the course in Blackboard. So I'm starting from my Blackboard course list, and of course mine are going to look different than yours. But once I get here, I'm going to click on the section for this course, which is Intro to Social Work. Yours may say 005 or 006 or 9 or 10, but I'm going to use 005 for right now to get us there. And one of the first things that you'll see comes up is announcements, but that is not where I want you to start. I want you to go to Start Here. And hopefully you will know that if you have looked at your syllabus, you will know that you need to start here. So once you push Start Here, there is some information there. One of the first things that I will ask you to do is to update your Blackboard profile, and there is some instructions here. So if you will look up in the top right hand corner, you see where I'm pointing where my name is, and there's a little square there with my picture. If you click on that square and then you click on that little square again, it will take you to a place where you can have your settings and put your picture there. If you are not able to do that, I need you to call or talk to someone at Blackboard Support, which is up here by your name. So let me go back to where we were. But that's the first thing that you need to do, is make sure that we can see your picture on Blackboard. That's very important because we will be talking with one another and we want to see what each other looks like on the discussions and things like that. I'm going to go ahead and click off my edit mode real quick. Okay, now it'll look more like what you'll see. So you'll see Start Here and some instructions on updating your Blackboard profile. There is some welcome information here from me, which goes through each of the areas that are over to the left. So it talks about what you use the syllabus for, what the announcements are, discussion board. We're going to go through some of this as we go along too. But you're going to want to read these details here to get more information about the course. And one thing I want to point out that's really important here is that the best thing a student can do to be successful in this course is to communicate with the professor, and that's me. You'll see that I will refer to myself as Prof. Bold in most of the correspondence that we have. And the best thing you can do if you get stuck is to email me, and hopefully I can point you in the right direction. You're going to enjoy this class. It's a lot of fun to get to know one another and do the activities, but the more that you participate, the more you'll enjoy it. So be sure you're reading all of this. Also, the weekly schedule. Each week begins on a Tuesday and ends on a Monday. And this is in regards to the discussion boards. You will have your first discussion board post will be due on a Friday, and then you'll have until the next Monday to respond to others. And you'll see how that goes as once you start getting in the flow of the weekly discussion boards. Discussion boards are very, very important to this class. I'll talk more about that in just a little bit. So also here I've given you a weekly checklist. Make note of this. You need to be reading the text. You need to review the PowerPoints. That means you need to turn your sound on when it says the PowerPoint is voiced over and listen to the entire PowerPoint. There's lots of good information. There are some PowerPoints that are not voiced over, and those are just there for you to review as well. But the voiced over ones are pretty important because they explain a lot of additional information about the class and what's in the text materials. You will want to watch all of the videos and course materials and complete all of the assignments for the week. One of the things that's very important in this class is that you must complete all of the assignments in order to pass this class. So let me repeat that. Up here in this information it says, all of the assignments in this course must be completed. The assignments are not optional, and students who do not complete all of the assignments are at risk for receiving a possible failing grade. So be sure that you know and you're ready and prepared to complete all of the assignments in this course. Okay, back to the weekly checklist. You'll want to be checking your email a couple times a week and participating in all of the discussion boards. The text for this course is Social Work and Social Welfare by Marla Bergwager. It is the 3rd edition of that textbook, and there should be some in the university bookstore. If there are not, I know that there's the possibility of being able to rent them online or get maybe look for them in the library. But whatever you do, you need to have the textbook. A lot of students say, well, do I have to have the textbook for this course? Yes, you have to have the textbook for this course. Okay, and then this other part is about student conduct, and you're going to want to review the conduct. One thing about this course is whenever you see the hand go right there, that usually means there's a link. So just as an example, there's the link to the UTA honor code. Okay, I'm going to go back. So that is where you start here. Everything that you're going to need is over here to the left as well. So after you've done the start here and you've posted your picture, I want you to go to the syllabus area. And like I said before, when you see a little hand like that, those are your links. So you have the online syllabus right there. And I've already got a different video for reviewing that, so we're not going to go over that in detail right now. That's just to show you where it is. And you have one of your assignments also that is the Fields of Practice paper, and it's got some information here in addition to the syllabus. But there's the syllabus right there where it says SOCW 2311 syllabus. So you'll want to get that, download it, print it out, whatever you need to do. Be sure you have a calendar of some kind to write down all of the assignments and when they're due. Again, here is the weekly checklist, again, to explain how the course functions during the week. Okay, over to the left also, you have a space called announcements. I use announcements a lot. So usually when I make an announcement, it will get emailed to you automatically. But if you feel like maybe you didn't get an announcement or you need to go back and look at all of the announcements, eventually they will all be listed here. If you need additional help, there's information here about Blackboard support. Now, one of the most important parts of the whole course is right here, course materials. So I'm going to click right there. And everything for this course is in course materials. There's information here about discussion boards and what that means and how to get a good grade on those. And then every week is here in the information, in the course materials. So you have week 1, and watch, I'm going to scroll down, week 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way to week 15 and where you'll see the final exam. So let me scroll back up and we'll look at week 1 just as an example. Here is week 1. I'm going to click there. And there is your voiced over PowerPoint. It says it's voiced over. See, you would click right there to see the PowerPoint. You come down here. I would definitely read before I take the quiz. There's a quiz every week. Actually, there's 10 quizzes, so there's not one every week. But so you need to read and look at the PowerPoint before you take the quiz. And then there are videos here. So if you want to watch a video, you just hover over and you see how the hand comes up. and you click there. There are lots of videos, and then you have discussion boards, and here's the discussion board. I clicked on that, and if I want to go to that discussion board, I have to create a thread. And that's where the instructions come up, is when I create a thread. So make sure you understand that you create a thread to get the instructions on the discussion board. I'm going to cancel out of that, back to where we were. You can't break it. Go way back here. It's a fairly self-explanatory thing, user-friendly, I think. Click around in there before you start and make sure you're familiar with how things go. I'm going back to course materials. You can always go back to course materials, and let's go back to week 1. I'll just show you what that looks like. Now, our week this semester starts on a Thursday, so you're actually going to have your first full week will be next Monday through Tuesday, or I'm sorry, Tuesday through Monday. So you kind of get a little bit of extra time here to get started with all of this because class opens on a Thursday. Here's also an online assessment. I would like for you to take that online assessment, even if you've already had a million of these online assessments. I need to know who knows what in this class and who may need some extra help in this class. And so thank you for your patience with that. Even if you've already done your online learning assessment, I'd like to see it again. So please do that. That is week 1. I'm going to go over here back to course materials so you can just see again what it looks like. There's week 1 and week 2. And each time you click on one, that's where all of your materials will be. You must purchase the textbook. This is just a summary right here of the textbook. You do have to purchase the textbook. And again, in week 2, you'll see all of your materials are here. And then typically at the bottom is your discussion board. And so when you click on the discussion board, then you create a thread, remember? And there's all of your instructions for the discussion board. Okay, so let's go back. You don't always have to go back. You could just go to the menu. So let's do that. There's a couple of different ways to look at discussion boards. They are in the weeks at the end. You'll see discussion boards, but there's this other place over here to the left called discussions. And if you click on that, you can see all of the discussions for the semester and what the topics are. So that might be helpful to you. You could see how many people have responded. If you've responded, there's due dates in there. The discussion boards are due at the end of every week. That's the one thing one of the things that does have a specific deadline is the discussion boards. You've got to do those within the week because we want you talking to each other. So be sure you're aware of that. And then there's also your section for grades. Mine's not going to show anything because I do not have grades. But there's a place to email, course questions. Also, this course questions is for us. Within this course, it is a discussion board. So you would push on course questions, and you can create a thread, and you can ask anything you want, and you can, well, not anything, within reason, anything appropriate that is relevant to the class, you can put in this discussion board, and then your peers can answer, or I can answer. If you need a quick answer from me, you're going to want to email me usually. Okay. Also, just a couple other things I wanted to point out over here are, this is where you post your fields of practice paper and your community assignment. And you can click around on those and see what they look like. I don't want to get you too far ahead and too confused. But there are links to everything within the course materials. Again, I think you'll find it easy to navigate, I hope. If you have any questions, let me know. I am not perfect, so there will be mistakes. There may be glitches, and we just get through them. If something happens with your Blackboard, we need to get it taken